I caught you.
Dang it.
You trying to sneak in a jewel?
My little jewel here. My little jewel.
I was wondering if I needed to edit that out of the video or something.
I mean, don't smoke, kids. Don't smoke. Don't vape. Don't do any of those things. It's bad for you.
But this is you're getting over smoking.
I have not had a cigarette or touched one or looked at one in over 2 years.
But you got that.
But I've got the Juul.
All right.
And it's a little low dose.
Okay. Well, that's the low dose Krisha and Frank show.
It's some low dose dealing with 2020 is what it is. I'm Krisha.
And I'm Frank.
Woo.
That's our bird.
Yeah.
We got a lot of birds here. The podcast porch.
But what were you telling me?
That I think nature was going to reclaim the earth, but I think it's starting with the bears.
I hope so.
You like bears?
I like bears. They're cool. I saw one in the parking garage the other day.
Where?
In Gatlinburg.
Okay, that would make more sense than Market Square.
There was one in Holston Hills recently. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they wander, and you know, there's certain
times. Turn our music down? Are we still music?
Oh, cradola.
That's all right. Only a minute in.
Stop it. I think it.
Nobody cares anymore.
Hey, it's Coconut Beach, everybody.
Oh, dang it! When we get air checked, they're gonna be so mad.
Yeah. So the bears are, you know, they're like big old dogs.
We're not talking the Chicago. We're talking
the Gatlinburg Bears,
animal,
which should be the name of the. I guess there is one. The Sevier County Smoky Bears.
Sevier
County Smoky Bears.
Pigeon Forge? I don't know.
Pigeon Forge is Tigers.
Right.
Gatlinburg Pittman is Highlanders.
Yeah. So Scottish.
Seymour is Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah. Aguila. Look at you.
Hello.
check me out.
Anyhow, I do a high school quiz show.
Well, there you go.
Ta-da. Mm-hmm. So
on PBS, you can find them there.
Yeah, 5:30s.
Scholars Bowl.
All right, I have this theory that the bears. Remember all the Planet of the Apes movies?
Yeah.
And the basic gist of it was that the apes got so intelligent that they took over and wiped out humans, and it became role reversal. Like by the time you get to the first Planet of the Apes movie, the apes have a society, and the humans are run around in the woods and forage. Right. That's with Charlton Heston and that one, the original one.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't seen the apes do a thing. I haven't seen any action.
No, the apes, they're sleeping.
I haven't seen any progress from the apes. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe you see those videos from Asia sometimes with the smart, long-tailed monkeys who run up and steal things. They do it, or they do a dance, and then they steal your money or your food. Like
the gibbons at the zoo, they're on it.
Yeah, but I think
they tinkle on you if you're in the wrong place.
All right.
No joke.
So tell me this: have you heard of any animal getting into a car?
I think one just did.
Have you heard of any animal opening
open the door,
van, the sliding door on the side of the van
that walks through a candy shop?
Have you heard of any animal who is just ravaging the inside of a car?
It's bears, man.
Is it gibbons?
Nope.
Is it the gorillas or the orangutans?
Nope, it's not squirrels. It's not lemurs. It's the bears. And it's black bears.
So they are onto something, especially
food.
In Gatlinburg, because we're here. We're on the leading edge of this.
We definitely are. If like when videos go viral of like a bear in a candy shop, it's Gatlinburg.
Okay. Yes.
Bear breaking into a van at somebody's cabin. It's probably Gatlinburg or East Tennessee,
There's
North
national
Carolina.
News stories. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to try hard. I could just Google, bear in car 2000, whatever today's date is, or Friday's date, this weekend.
Oh, Monday.
And I'll bet you there's been a bear in the car, 2020. Yeah, here's one. Bear destroys rental car outside Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Bingo bango. Now, granted, your computer is probably locating you, so it's going to give you news. If you watch any of the recent.
Well, here's one from last week about Gail Sayers. Bear's legend dies at 77.
Aw.
So
rest in peace, Gail.
Here's one. Well, that's Gatlinburg thrill ride almost smacks black bear. That was an amazing one. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
At Anakeesta?
Yeah.
That's what they mean by Gatlinburg thrill ride. The mama bear is trying to get her cubs across the mountain coaster.
We've invaded their world, and they're like, no.
taking it back. No. But they love the junk food. They like the Doritos.
Yeah, because we've done that to them.
Poor bears.
Yeah.
So, how is it, though? I mean, I understand how they would get into a hot tub. You know, because the cover of a hot tub, they chew on it, they peel it off, and then they go and they sit in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Or they do whatever. I can understand why they go into the garbage cans, which are out there, and if you got the wrong kind of garbage can, they would smell it. But what I don't understand is the car part, because obviously you're leaving your car unlocked, right?
Yeah.
Or sometimes in case, some people, I think...
That sets the alarm off.
I seriously think some people, when they check into their cabin, they leave the doors open.
Right.
On purpose, so they can get... Because they always... How convenient. They always get a video of the bear in the car.
It's like, oh, no. Well, I think, you know, when you're checking into a cabin or something, you've got the doors open to your car because you're coming and going, and you're coming and going.
That's true. And you forget that if you're in a cabin close enough to the woods, the bears are right there.
Well, and you...
Like, if this were Gatlinburg, there would probably be a bear in those woods within 100, 200 yards,
well,
right?
my friend Jennifer lives in Gatlinburg. They own Sweet Fanny Adams Theater, and they live just outside of Gatlinburg. It's very residential.
Yeah.
And I'm there frequently, and I went for a walk and went down her driveway, went up the hill on her street where it's houses, and as I was walking back down, there was a big old black bear at the end of her driveway, just
hanging
like out. not going anywhere in particular, just kind of chilling on the road. And I called her because she was getting ready to walk her dogs. And I called her from the end of her driveway. I was like, hey, don't walk the dogs. There's a bear at the end of your driveway. And she's like, are you okay? Like, I'm staying at the top of the hill. I can see it. It saw me. It's not aggressive. It's doing its thing. So she gets in her car and starts backing it down her driveway to make sure that I'm good.
Does her car honk? I mean, go beep, beep, beep?
No, and she's a terrible backer upper. She backs into everything.
Backing up can be difficult.
And they live on a big old hill, so but like they can drive down their driveway backwards, just like, and me, I'm like, but so she came down to make sure that I was okay because this bear was just hanging out. And typically, they're not going to come after you unless you're threatening them.
Yeah, they're looking for mast, which I didn't understand until I lived here. It's in the spring, or in the summer rather, mast is like the blackberries and the raspberries. And in the fall and winter, mast is acorns.
Yes.
So there's times in between where the berries are not ripe, or the berries are gone, and the acorns are not yet ready. So that's when those gaps between berries and acorns, between your nuts and your berries, that's
a whole nother episode.
That's twigs and berries.
That's a whole nother episode.
I'm talking about nuts and berries. Completely different. The gap in between those seasons, the bears are out there looking for food. So
and
they are
like your Cheetos.
But they're going in cars. And how many? Seriously though, think about car technology. How, if your car bag, if your key is you're within, not your antique car, but
right.
Not even my car, because I didn't get that option, but my daughter's minivan,
if your key's in your pocket, you can open your car door with your hand.
My daughter's minivan, which has Cheerios throughout the entire car.
You can always open your car with your hand,
but you can...
it senses you.
Right. There's the fancy ones, but mainly you can start the engine. There's no more of this business. You just have to have the key.
Right.
And
mine, I have to crank.
Right. But there's a button. So how we're not that far along, I think. If the bears can lock the door by accident, and the bears can maybe push up and down the window by accident, it's only a matter of time before they push the start button by accident.
I mean, if they hop into a Tesla,
it's a self-driving car.
That bad boy will be like, where to?
Oh! And then they take you there.
Anakeesta just backs down the driveway.
I did see it. I've only ever in my life seen one bear in nature, and it was actually at Anakeesta. We were driving the road up to Anakeesta in their chariot of whatever.
Their big bus that's open air.
Yeah, we're in that. I'm in that.
That stresses me out.
I'm riding up in that. I actually have this funny story about coming down. I went to an Anakeesta press event, and
they always run the red light, and it bothers me.
Well, we had barely gotten out of Anakeesta, and I'm like an idiot. Have somehow knocked the sunglasses. I have the sunglasses on top of my head, and I'm sitting in the bus with Cassius Cash, who is the superintendent of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Right.
And he's got on his full ranger outfit with the round hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What would you call that? A Smoky Bear hat, right?
That's a Smoky Bear hat.
his mask was Smokey Bear's mouth. It was hilarious.
That's amazing.
It's so wonderful.
I want one.
So he's talking and he's carrying on.
Only you can prevent the pandemic.
So he's got this like cartoonish Smokey Bear mouth, and I'm having a conversation with the one and only superintendent of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and I'm gesticulating.
Yes,
because you know I'm a gesticulator, right. And I do something. I'm talking about and then I went like I did something where the punchline involved me running my hand through my hair, and my sunglasses go flying out the back of the open coach.
Yep.
Prescription sunglasses.
Oh, that's why you have to go pick up some new ones.
You would think.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I'm trying to yell at the guy driving. Stop, I dropped my sunglasses. And I'm trying to wave. And
they don't care.
Until Cassius Cash goes, hold up. Car comes to a stop.
Amazing.
The guy who's weed whacking up, just like here, perks up, sees the sunglasses, comes running over.
That is some power.
2 syllables.
Hold up. I need that.
Everything happened. So anyway.
I almost got into a fight in Gatlinburg.
Well, I want to hear that in the second half of the show.
With a bear, no.
It's time for our sponsor, Hutch and Howard.
Hutch and Howard, hutchandhoward.com. They have what? We talked about it the last time. You can buy a lot for $30,000. And I mean a lot, not a lot.
Empty, like if you're going to build on it.
Right.
But think about like, I moved here from California 18, 19 years ago. And I mean, you can't buy anything. I mean, $30,000? That you think about that.
That's a nice car.
I mean, seriously, that's how I afforded this house, is because I sold my small house in California and the difference in price.
Right. But
I didn't have a podcast porch in California.
My goal, and then I have a 5-year goal of buying a house. Like the next place I live will be a house that I purchase. Yeah. And I'm going to purchase it from Rob. That's 100%. Well, somebody.
Well, his company, because
Rob,
he's expanding. He's getting busy, you know. Because he's got now, I think, 6 realtors. No, I said it again. Shoot. Realtors. My friend Bean yelled at me. He said, whatever you do when you do the commercial for Hutch and Howard, do not say, put the extra sound. It's realtor.
Yes.
Realtor.
But they are all over East Tennessee. Powell, Halls, downtown, South Knoxville, everywhere.
This is where that's where the realtors live, so they know the community.
And if you're looking at even Morristown or Athens, like outside of Knoxville, they got you.
The whole bit. Like if you are, a lot of people I'm hearing about are doing the work from home, so they're moving into more and more distance.
More rural, but yeah.
They're like the rural juror.
Rural. It's a hard word. Rural is hard to...
Rural?
It's hard to say.
Rural. So if you want to be rural or urban, you can, Rob lives downtown. He used to come see us at Unsigned Simplified once in a while.
They've sold over 100 houses this year. It's a celebration for them. And if you're looking to sell or buy, they'll cover you on either end.
They're a part of the Keller Williams Realty family, each office independently owned and operated. Call them at 865-966-5005.
Ooh, and they have a theme song from Adeem the Artist.
Oh, it is time.
We
want to hear it. Okay, here we go. It's Hutch and Howard, everybody.
Buying or selling your home. Trust a professional, don't do it alone. From the sunflower field to the Sunsphere Tower, there's a knowledgeable name. It's Hutch and Howard.
Sing it, Krisha.
Wait for it.
It's Hutch and Howard.
See? Good. I think it stops then by itself, which means that every time I've left the Coconut Beach music going...
It just stops.
Nope. It restarted.
Oh,
Shoot.
Goodness.
I didn't know.
That's all right.
Man,
the crows are wacko. They're mad you talking about bears.
Write that down. Is this your topic book?
This is my topic book.
Okay. All right. Well, write down crows. I'm going to tell you about how the crows hate my neighbor.
Okay.
But
I've got weird stuff on my...
They taunted... you sent me a picture. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're planning. We're doing show prep. We're having promotions meetings and having show prep discussions. This is the one that you sent me from. You were like day drinking or something, right?
Well, I mean, day drinking.
It was bright. You sent me a picture. You sent me a picture. I will find it and I will tell you. Where's my phone?
Okay.
I will tell you exactly.
It was fairly early. It was 1-ish.
1-ish.
Well, I frequent the Beard and Beer Market.
Yeah, that's a good place.
It's kind of one of my favorite places right now. one, it's not very busy during the day. It's very sunny.
Yeah.
Because it's open air. You know, it used to be like a
gas
nursery.
Or something.
Or no, it was a nursery.
Oh.
So
you know the picture I'm talking about. I don't have to show it.
It's very open. It's open air. You can order lunch from... You can go to Long's and get lunch. You can go to Sergeant Pepperoni's.
They have food trucks when I go by, but that's
they serve food there now. They were having food trucks. Now they have a whole...
I need to get back over to that part of since the Earth Fair closed. I haven't gotten over there that much.
I know. But so I have friends that are at Beard and Beer Market. They brew their own beer now.
Wow.
They have Beard and Brew House. And I maybe was hanging out there, and maybe I had an Oktoberfest beer. Because I was having a sandwich. Here, it's 2020. I'm kind of working for myself. I'm self-employed for the most part.
That would imply I could be day drinking.
Why wouldn't you? Oh, I have a cider for you.
I'm self-employed.
I have a cider for you.
I mean, if we make any money on this, well, thank you, Hutch and Howard. I just made cents, a dollar. I don't know whatever it works out to mathematically, but we just made a little.
Yeah, we made a little dough.
Little change right there.
But, a beer at 1 o'clock in the afternoon doesn't seem so ridiculous when you don't really have a schedule.
Yeah.
You don't, I mean, I'm not saying go get hammer schmammered.
No, but I'm a lightweight. Right. I don't need
you
much.
You have one beer.
You know what I
do have a cider for you. It's an orange. You'll like it.
You know what I have? I'm not going to suggest that we start day drinking, but I've got the whiskey that
you don't have to suggest it, sir.
if we close a big deal, if we get a big advertising thing, or we actually whatever happens, the good whiskey that you and I like,
the good whiskey,
salted caramel.
Yeah.
I have an unopened bottle of it that as Jerry stopped drinking.
Yeah.
She's just stopped.
I started more.
No, Jerry's my wife. She stopped.
Yeah, Jerry the Brave. I mean...
So what am I going to do? Sit here by myself and do shots of whiskey?
I mean, what if you lived alone?
Then I wouldn't drink at all. I don't think.
Okay.
I wouldn't even buy it if I lived, I mean, I bought it because I thought people were coming over.
Well, I guess I have a different, I love a good afternoon beer, have a nice draft beer with a burger. I like beer a lot.
Okay.
But
well, you're thin though.
Well, I had a lady, I was at brunch the other day sitting outside, and I ordered my brunch, and I ordered a lot of food, and the lady was sitting at a table on down the way, and as she was leaving, she said, I told my husband I need to know your secret because I heard what you ordered, and I thought, no way somebody that little's gonna eat all that. And I was like, yeah, gonna. I go hard on some breakfast.
You know, it's a good place. We did our old podcast at Holly's one time, and they serve liquor.
They do?
Hard liquor.
Yeah.
In the morning, right?
Get you a mimosa.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Mary. I had a Bloody Mary that day. You gave me a hard time that day. You're like, you're day drinking. I was like, you better believe it.
Well, you keep sending me pictures.
Well, I'm not, I don't have an alcohol problem.
No, obviously.
I'm fully functioning.
You're proud of it.
I'm a fully functioning human being. And you know what? If it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I want a beer and I don't have to do anything, I'm going to have a beer at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's fine.
Then I'm going to go home and take a nappy. I mean,
yeah, well, that's great.
You and I kind of talked about we both grew up with parents who
drank a lot.
Drank a lot.
Yeah, no, my parents would have a cocktail every night. That was part of the routine. So it was, I guess, maintenance drinking.
Right.
Because when you have one literally every day of your adult life, you're going to feel it if you don't have it.
I mean, I don't feel it. I don't. But I don't drink every day.
You weren't drinking scotch and soda.
No, and I don't drink every day.
People think I'm lying when I tell that story about how I had to make a scotch and soda for Dad and a rye and ginger for Mom, and I'm like 9.
Yeah.
And which means you have to learn the difference between rye whiskey and scotch whiskey.
Right.
And it doesn't say rye on the bottle, just FYI. It's Canadian whiskey.
Can we just talk about, this is a great Monday topic.
Drinking?
Are you feeling it?
Should have been a Friday topic.
Oh, man. Well, no,
so
Mondays are good.
If you like...
Just start the week off right.
Oh, it's because you can watch this episode any day you want.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's thank Hutch and Howard. Thank you for liking us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I guess you follow us on those. And most of all, subscribing to YouTube. That's where actually you're helping us the most.
Right. And
and not just subscribing, but actually watching a few minutes of the video.
Right. Even if you just watch, a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes?
Well, our first video, I haven't looked at the statistics in a while, but we were hitting like that 6-7 minute range.
All right.
That's not a bad chunk of time for the average view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to.
In the episode where I'm watering the plants, that one's freaking off the charts.
Oh man.
So all right, yeah. So do subscribe to YouTube, and one more thing you can do for us is we have literally sent the link to everyone we know.
Yeah.
We have exhausted our people. We're up to, I think that's it. I've maxed out on everyone.
There's a few people I left off the list because I don't want to talk to them. But
right, me too. But but as far as the people I'm going to invite to like the Facebook page, I'm maxed out. I've done it.
Yeah.
So send this to somebody who didn't like it yet, or didn't subscribe to YouTube yet. That would be your way to help, or just buy an ad. Send us an email at krishaandfrank@gmail.com.
That's us. Have a good Monday. Bye.
Bye.